Now, I am very thrilled and very curious to listen to Ming, Vice President of the ZTE Corporation, Deputy General Manager of Enterprise Business Division. Smart city exploration and innovation in China. If they can solve that problem, everyone can, because what we see in the news is that traffic jam in big Chinese cities is so strong that you don't even get a license for a car anymore. You cannot get the license for a car, even if you can pay it, because there are already too many. The other news that we hear is that you can hardly see or breathe the air in big cities because the pollution is so bad. So they really have a reason to be innovative about smart city exploration and innovation in China. Please welcome Mr. Ming.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So today we will talk and discuss about the topic of the smart city in China. So I'm very proud to share some information and data of the smart city of China now, because smart city still kept a very hot topic in China. So depend on the sharing of the information and data, I hope all of you can understand the smart city very well about China. China kept a very rapid development of the smart city. So after the deployment of the smart city, we already can show some study cases through our practice and innovation. So in my presentation, the part 2, I will share some cases from China that will help the cities that want to move to smart city. And also, when we discuss about the phase of smart city, we want to share some idea from ZTE. So we look forward for the future, the big data driven smart city will be hoped to be deployed in China. So why China and pay more attention to the smart city? As we all know, China, the economy, the fast development in the past several years. After this nearly 20 years development, they are result in the fast urbanization. So from the daily live perspective, so we meet the challenges, such as the mega city Malaysians, like the traffic jam, like we all know that the Beijing fog. So we look forward to some innovative solutions to cope with such challenges. And meanwhile, we all know that Chinese government are look forward to transfer to a service-oriented government. So the policy just listed the streamline administration and to delegate the power. So depend on the smart cities, the leading ICT infrastructure and the internet plus the rich applications. So smart city can help the government for this transformation. China, the same like all the world are under the pressure of the economy slowing down. So the government decided to transfer from the new to the new development model to our innovation driven model. So how to transfer to the innovation-driven model is a challenge for today's China. So smart city is just to help the government to build a technical innovation platform which can help them to look for some new way for their development and depend on the, the innovation and a kind of a sustainable development. So for today's China, smart city is an inevitable choice for the new urbanization. Now, how fast the development, for the market of smart city in China, and how about the potential market? So let's take a look. We can see now in China, smart city is already become one of the national strategy, and government already listed in their 13th five-year plan. So we already deployed more than 500 the pilot the smart city projects in China, and we will invest the more than 26 billion euros only in 2016. And we already planned another 100 billion euros for the next 5 years for the construction of smart city in China. So that's a very huge market from the IT spending side. The government already decided to deploy the new generation smart city around 100 pilot projects, and we will also promote the data open in the coming 5 years. So for such a very huge market, so we will work together with the partners of the world to move forward for the smart city for the next stage. But China is very unique. China is China. So for the smart city, we have ourselves, we know that characteristics. So there are three very special features. First, the smart city in China, the top level design already by the government and also led by the government, but run by the enterprises. So because we all know that for the government, there have not enough human resources and capacity for the operation and maintenance for the smart city. So they should work together with the enterprises. And also the smart city, not like in Europe, the smart city of China, they always have a very wide coverage. Normally, more than 10 industry coverage. For example, in the smart Yinchuan, so for the phase 1 of the smart city project, it will service more than 13 industries. And the last is in China, for smart city now has very rich and diversified business model. From 2015, the PPP-based business model is the mainstream for the construction of smart city in China now. We all know that before that, the BT is the main choice in China. So this is very special features of the smart city construction in China. We should look for some new way to meet these features. And meanwhile, in China, still they have very critical challenges for the smart city. The first one is very, very difficult to raise the social investment for the deployment of smart city. As we know that, before the 2015, government maybe there can invest 100% for the smart city project because we have enough money. But now, under the pressure of the economy slowing down, so government also look for some social investment. But for the social investment, investor will consider mostly about the very success or say some good business model From that, they can do the research business. So that is also still very challenging and difficult for the smart city construction in China. The second thing is just like the world for the data sharing. Normally in China, one city, there are at least 50 government agencies. So there are so many the wars between the different agencies. So it's very difficult to share their data. It's not only the technical issue, but also a management or political issue to share the data. And another very challenging thing is about the operation of the smart city system. Because we know smart city is very complex and very difficult to maintenance and operation. It's don't like to only build a project or to build a road, something like this. It's very difficult. It should be upgraded from year to year, and to make the system to be smarter and smart. So for smart city, if the operation only by the government itself, it's very challenging and very difficult. So how to meet all these challenges and how to cope with all these difficulties? We should look for some innovation way. So in the next presentation, I will share some practice from China, so how to handle all these challenges. The first case is from Huai'an. The Huai'an, this city is with the population around 6 million. It's how to say middle-sized city in China. So the Huai'an, when they are considered to build a smart city, but they found they can't afford the investment themselves. So they look for some social investment. And meanwhile, the team from the government, they can't operate and run this smart city system. It's very difficult for them. And the good thing is, from 2014, our Ministry of Financing and also the Development and Reform Commission, they both launched the guideline document to encourage the PPP model in China. So the Huai'an government worked together with ZTE to design some model. That's like shown in this slide. We can see that we together build a joint company. And this company can purchase and can sell the service to the government. That means the government purchases the services from this joint company. And in order to make this system to work, this company signed the equipment leasing contract from a leasing company. And this company, they purchased the equipment from ZTE Corporation. So this model can make the system work under the PPP model. And depending on this innovation, so the Huai'an Smart City, they can construct from the IT infrastructure to the different, very rich kinds of industry applications system in phase 1. And now, now we know that in the last year, this project, the Huai'an Smart City PPP project, they got the golden project prize of PPP from our country. So it's a very successful, the first PPP Smart City project in China. The second case I want to share is Shenyang. Shenyang is the capital of the Liaoning province, the northeast of China. So the population is more than 8 million. So we know that they are very famous, and this city have so many industries very successfully of our country. But now, because of we know that the economy, the model changed, so they should upgrade their economy model and should quickly to improve the capability of this city. So when they're thinking about to build a smart city, they're thinking more about the big data. So how to take the big data into a smart city of Shenyang is very challenging. In order to use the big data technologies to improve the humans' living conditions, to improve the efficiency of the government, and to help to transform the industries. So ZTE worked together with the Shenyang government. We design and set up a 3x3 architecture. This is a very innovative architecture for the organization of a smart city to take advantage of the big data. So we can see there are 3 systems. One is an operation system, technological system, and management system. So all 3 systems has 3 levels, from the top level to the bottom. So for the first level, you will see operation system. We have a joint company, and the second is a big data operation company. The last one is just for the enterprise developing industry applications. That's just for the startup companies. So that's why we say smart city is always look as a platform for the innovation, and it's a platform for the startup companies. So that's the reason. So as for the second technical system, so in Shenyang, we built a unified big data platform for this city. And we also built an industry big data platform, because we know that for such a very big city, we can't build one platform to unify all the big data. So at different level, we built a different unified platform. For the management system, it's also very interesting, because in Shenyang, we built a new agency. It's a big data for big data. For the big data management, and because we all know that in China, frankly speaking, we are lack of so many policies for the big data, because big data not only new technologies, but also very new for the governance. Meanwhile, we also built a lines for the big data and also R&D research institute and colleges. So all these innovation can help the big data can be one part of the smart city. So now in Shenyang, so they already are going on for this system, and they are just construct their system, and everything going very well. So last cases I want to share is about Yinchuan. The smart Yinchuan now as a pioneer of smart city in China, even of the world. As I point out in my beginning of my presentation, smart city construction in China, there are 3 very tough challenges. That difficult for the data sharing, very difficult for the operation, and also very difficult to raise the investment from the social. So Yinchuan also meet such challenges before the deployment of the smart city. Through 3 very innovative, we say, ways, we can help, we work together, and we very successfully deployed the smart city in Yinchuan. So there are three very major innovations. The first innovation is about architecture innovation. So we together create architecture for the smart city named the cloud network and map architecture. So this is first, not only China, but also the worldwide, the first architecture to look the city as one unit for the construction of the smart city. Because we know that even now in Europe and the USA, normally for the smart city, people are like to focus on one of the vertical applications, like for example, smart transportation, something like this. But China, from last year, we try to practice to look the city as a one unit for the smart city in construction. So this is such a architecture, because this architecture is not only a very systematic architecture, but also is open to the sensors, different kinds of sensors and different kinds of the sensor network, and also open to the different kinds of SaaS, the different kinds of cloud-based applications. So that is a very open architecture. And also in the Yinchuan, we also make some innovation from the management side. So we built not only the joint company in local, but also we also built the R&D center there. We also work together with TMF. We know the TM Forum from Europe. We work together, build a innovation center in Yinchuan. So that's helped build a system not only focus on the top level design, but also is a very closed loop, positive loop system. Last one is about the innovation business model. That's very important, because people care about how long or how the investment can come back. So in Yinchuan, we use the business model is PPP plus capital market. So that means the government can purchase the services from the joint company and depend on the service fee, and there are some 2B, 2C, and 2G services. So this company will improve the value. And because we know that China has a very good stock market now, so we have so many choices to go to stock market and to help you quickly to get the new money. And then, depending on this new money, we can upgrade the system. And further, we know that some providers or investors, they can invest to other cities. Depending on these three major innovations, so Intel already finished the deployment of the smart city. So this smart city covered more 13 industries and already helped the people very every day. And for the industry, they already benefit from this smart city deployment. So in China, we all know that we have very powerful leaders, from the Prime Minister Li Keqiang to the Mr. Liu Yunsan, so our top 5 persons. They both visited Yinchuan. They praised this smart city of Yinchuan because they already benefit for the people, and also helped a lot for the management of the government, because we know that China now very hard and very hard to push for the streamline administration and delegate the power. So Yinchuan is dependent on the smart city. We already helped a lot for this. And for the TMF, the last year they award a special award for the Yinchuan last year in France. And also, there are most of the chief information officer from the Europe, from the USA, from Japan, from Singapore. So we all together have had a very good innovation forum in Yinchuan last year to discuss how to move the smart city forward. And they vet all the different kinds of applications in Yinchuan of smart city. So we can see in this slide, we show that it's like the smart transportation, even for the garbage. So we are used all this platform for their applications. If we look at the future, so how is the next step about the smart city? So depending on our rich experience in China about smart city, we defined the smart city as 3 phases. First is the smart city 1.0. The second is 2.0. Last one I say is 3.0. So for the 1.0, normally we focused on one vertical application. For example, like smart transportation. But in the smart city 2.0, we are emphasized about the connectivity of the network and the integration of the systems. So that's very important. So a very good top-level design is necessary for the smart city 2.0. And for the smart city 3.0, we look big data is a key feature for it. So how to build and how to encourage the big data driven smart city is the next step. We will work together with our partners. So how to connect and transmit the original data from the city? Our opinion is to deploy an IoT system. So deploy an IoT system is very urgent and necessary for the smart city. Now, thanks for the contribution from the ICT company like ZTE, worked to the some new technologies like the pre-5G. So this is also the new technologies we just award from the MWC this year, the best CTO choice technologies of the world. And also, we support very hard for the NB-IoT forum. So we joined NB-IoT this year in Barcelona. We are also led the LoRa Alliance in China, work together with SIMTech. And now we are pushed very hard in China, work together with our partners to build an ecosystem for the LoRa deployment. In our opinion, without the very successful deployment of IoT, there will be no chance to discuss more about smart city in the future. But data is only data. So how to make the data to be workable for the business? So a data-based, or especially the big data-based business model, new business model should be designed in the coming 2 or 5 years. So how to design a big data-based business model is very challenging. But for the government, our suggestion is government should encourage the data open and should build some new agency to manage and support for the big data. Technologies, development, something, and so on. But for the enterprise, definitely, enterprise should build a new team, focus on their business model consultant, because based on this team, they can help the joint company to design the new business model that can make the smart city to be workable. We think and we believed the coming 5 years, there were kinds of some new innovation business model based on big data, not only in China, but also over the world. We know that only, depending on the ZTEs and also China's some capabilities, not enough to meet the challenges from the smart city industry. And so we think to build an ecosystem is very important. So ZTE already work very closely with our partners in China and already build an ecosystem based on their for their smart city. And we look forward our partners from Europe to join us for their deployment and the construction of China's smart city construction. And we together to make the smart city a very good future. So dear friends, today I'm very proud to share the information and data and the process of China Smart City. We hope that after my presentation, so you can have a very better understanding of China and also ZTE cooperation, innovation, and practice of smart city in China. Meanwhile, we also proposed 3 very core points for the smart city next generation. We hope to look forward to cooperate with all our partners to build a smart city future. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's been absolutely impressive. And we've been looking up to China for other topics like the history of their medicine or for their manufacturing. And now we look up to China for their inventions, for their innovations. And we will see how you do it. And then we will be the ones copying you.
Yeah. China is not only has a very huge potential market, China also very open. So we look forward, all the friends here, to visit China, to visit ZTE. We are always welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been very impressive.